wonderful to be here at Queenscliff Gallery. I've come a little bit in advance now because I need to leave a little bit early. But this is such a gem of an institution to have in the region. I'll be on the phone to my partner on the way back to Geelong trying to work out if I can buy a house in Queenscliff. So thank you so much for seeing me earlier and for inviting him on here. I want to start by acknowledging that we are still on Wadawurrung country. It's incredibly diverse, and I know I say this all the time, but I drove down from Ballarat this morning, and it's such a remarkable, attractive land. I offer my respects to elders past and present, and to any First Nations people who may be here today. This land always was and always will be Aboriginal. I think these excursions are such wonderful exercises to engage with not only the latest contemporary art, but the vibrancy of the local art scene, and to hear directly from artists about their practice. So thank you, Trudy, for your time today. It's such a wonderful exercise, and I look forward to doing many, many more. Please, I don't have much more to say.
No, that's fine.
But, enjoy. I'll stick around for a couple of minutes, and then I have to get back to a meeting, unfortunately. Yeah. But thank you, everybody, and thank you for your support as members. Here's to more. Thank you. That's pretty. Thank you.
Now, I'm going to pass on to Trudy, and Trudy's going to weave her magic and show you how things are done, because we often look at a work, we might all assume we know how a painting's made, bit of paint here, bit of paint there, but printmaking is a different beast in the art world. There's dry point, there is etching, there is solid plate etching, there is monotype, and Trudy's going to run through a bit of that. At any point, I'm going to say, stop her and ask her a question. If you need to ask me a question about something else, happy to do that as well. Thank you all for coming. Really lovely having you here. Enjoy the exhibition.
It's basically a drawing which I'm going to etch onto a plate, and this is cast this around. You'll just feel that there. It doesn't really feel like brush at all, but if you look under a little loop here, with that it's got millions of little dots, little grooves, where I can push the ink into, and that's where it holds, and I can print your etching pricks. So the way this starts is plain plate. I have a jig like this, that's all with the homemade, bit of board with bubble wrap and a bit of glass with no UV protection. So when I go out into the sun, I can etch. And I put the plate and my drawing under the glass and etch for 45 seconds with this screen, the black screen here. And that gives me my rich black that I net. And then I put my drawing under the glass with the plate, and I etch for about 30 seconds to a minute. And that gives me exactly what I need to ink this print up.
Sure. So with the etching, chemical etching, and you put it around all the plate, and then you have control through, so the ink that you want to get be done by hand, so to speak. That would probably sit in the acid bath, or with pocket proof, 50 minutes. So the acid etches the copper, and you get very, very shallow recess on the etched lines that the ink can sieve into. So you're doing that in 45 seconds.
As also, that drawing is done in reverse. Right, okay. I've got my drawing in exactly the way the orientation. So for writing, I can do poetry or something in my exact handwriting. And if you know my work, you can cut it off.
So front and the back of the paper are the same? It
depends on the paper. Yeah, Lee, you've got to test that, don't you, Lee? So the moment of truth, I can see it's done something. So stopped. So do you tend to do things intuitively like that, Bravo? You're not sort of measuring up or like using a math. So you've got to know it. No. No, I'm just asking because I know when I learned, we do all the like exactly. Well, I was very traditional in art school, and then you kind of just go with what suits you. I would say my style is probably more painterly.